Hello, today I'm going to be doing a garden update tour of sorts. It won't be a full tour of my garden, but I will be showing you some of the new things that have developed or that I've put in or that have died. So let's get started. First up is the backyard again. The first thing that's new is I've removed a bunch of the feverfew from the backyard because I learned that bees actually don't like the smell of it, and since we already struggle with getting pollinators back here, I wanted to get it out of here so that they wouldn't be deterred any more than they already are. Instead, I have only dock in the backyard as ground cover. The tomatoes got much larger in the past month. We haven't had any fruits on these ones yet, but plenty of flowers, and I'm hoping that we can get some pollinators back here. The marigolds are in the ground in the backyard now, so 2 of them over there, and then 2 of them are with the corn, which is huge now. This one here is actually taller than I am, and so are the ones over there. They have bloomed, and we actually have a couple of corns growing, and we're hoping that those get pollinated as well. We've been shaking the flowers to try and get some of the pollen to land on the flowers. Our squashes and our zucchini plants have gotten much bigger along with the corn, and I'm hoping to get some fruit off of those too. I cut down some of the corn that did not have any flowers on it because I did not want it to take up any more resources. But I still had a lot left. Underneath our Asian pear tree is where I dumped all of the feverfew, so it's getting mulched out. Comfrey hasn't gotten much bigger, but it is still doing pretty well. That's it for the backyard. I'm now moving on to the south side yard because the north is the same as before. Next to our fence, I noticed that a baby oak tree has popped up, so I'm very excited about that. I transplanted some of the raspberries that were over here into the front garden, which I'll show you in a second. And then this morning I worked on removing some of the ivy that has grown along the fence. But that's basically it for the side yard. Up in the starts area, I have a bunch of snow peas. Some of them have started popping up already. These are being grown from the seeds that I collected from my previous plants. I have a pretty large pepper plant, and then our lavender cutting isn't doing so well right now, but hopefully it lives. A new plant that I got in a nearby nursery is a deer fern, and it actually came with some hitchhiker plants that, including oxalis and false lily of the valley underneath all of that. I have my comfrey cutting. It's doing really well. If you want to see how I collected that, you can go to my last video. We have the daikon seeds that I've been working on harvesting, and then in the front main garden you'll notice that I have cut down all of the daikon, the dead daikon that was there, and I actually cut it up and I smashed the seed pods along the dirt so that hopefully more daikon plants will spring up over the winter. I also cut down all of our pea plants because they were pretty much done. I've left some along our main trellis just because they're still going strong. I have a grape plant here, and I put a strawberry in. It's one of the non-native ones. Our other one's still over here. I have some cucumber plants and a bean plant growing along the bottom of the trellis now, and along with some more cucumbers over here. Our tomatoes in front aren't doing so well. We think that the soil is pretty poor up here, so over the winter we're going to try and add a lot of compost and put some good cover crops in. Our ground cherries are actually doing really well, and we've gotten quite a few of them, and they're very tasty. Those are all my updates for August. Thank you so much for watching.